Hey everyone, Suntide here. Hope you all are doing great. And check this out, a 208 damage silver Lionel blade. As far as I understand, this is the second highest damaging weapon you can reliably use to defeat Lionels in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We'll get to the highest damaging weapon later on in this video, but yeah, so in this video we're going to talk about and we're going to show how you actually get ultimate weapons like this, taking the non-decayed versions of the weapons in the depths and upgrading it to be as strong as possible. In fact, I just made this weapon just before recording the session, so yeah, we're going to go back in time and show how I actually made this. Okay, so basically I realized about halfway through recording the audio, I forgot to actually record the audio. So here I am recording in post, basically narrating what's going on. So yeah, making the ultimate non-decayed weapons is a simple 4-step process. First, you want to find and break the decayed version of a weapon in the overworld. Then you want to go to the depths and find the non-decayed version. Then we can set the modifiers with octorocks, and then finally add the fused material to the weapon. So yeah, the weapon we're going to make today is a Royal Guard's Claymore. This is the most reliable plus damage weapon for defeating Lionels. We'll get to that in a second. But basically, first we need to find the Royal Guard's Claymore and break it. So you can skip this step if you already have one. We're going to go to Zelda's room in the Floating Hyrule Castle. If you haven't gotten here yet, have fun figuring out how to get here. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, so basically we went to the shrine there, we're following the path, we're going up, we're going to go down to the room up here, we're going to ascend, and then go down, and we'll be there. So yeah, the Royal Guard's Claymore just has a nice base attack bonus, as well as an ability that increases the damage when it's just about broken. And this is really good for defeating Lionels, because mount attacks on Lionels don't use any sharpness, so you can just make this weapon once, and use it forever. I also picked this because I wanted to make one for my own game. So yeah, this is like my actual game. As you can see by me taking a photo, because I've never taken a photo of this before. So yeah, Royal Guard's Claymore, plus 32 attack. Not too exciting right now, but we're going to get there. And yeah, we need to break the weapon as well. So we're just going to try and find the nearest enemies who'll be unlucky enough to have a Royal Guard Claymore thrown at their face. Here is a blue Lizalfos. So yeah, yoink. And Royal Guard's Claymore is broken, he's still alive, just knocked down a cliff, and step 1 is complete. So yeah, fast forward to step 2. We are at Chrome Lightroot. I'll show a map in a second. But basically, once you destroy a decayed weapon, the non-decayed version of the weapon can appear in specific locations in the underworld, in the depths. Specifically, Royal Guard weapons can appear in a few places, I believe. Here in what I call the Cornell region, which is Cornell Hills, Cornell Peak, basically everything in the peninsula west of the Leneiru wetlands and north of that. So here we went to Chrome Lightroot. You can also go to Hebra Mountain, you can also go to the Gerudo Canyon, and also to Eventide Island. But yes, so we're going to go to Chrome Lightroot because if we just go due west, we can find this shadowy soldier. So right now he's holding a Knight's Claymore, which is not what we want. Basically what happens is that when this guy is loaded in, he's loaded in with a particular weapon, which may be the weapon we want, may not be. If it's not that, we basically need to reload. If this guy is ever loaded, the weapon is fixed. So if I basically just teleport out, teleport back in, it's going to be a Knight's Claymore. If I wait for a Blood Moon, it's going to be a Knight's Claymore. The only thing that's going to change it is if I take the weapon and then wait for a Blood Moon, which I don't really want to do. So instead, basically what I did is I waited a bit, and eventually, I just reloaded a bit, and eventually I got this Royal Guard's Claymore, which you can see right now. I got hit by some guy over there. But yeah, eventually I'm going to get this, and there is my Royal Guard's Claymore Plus with attack up plus 7. And yeah, you can see as it says, it yields massive destructive power just before it breaks. But yeah, so that's step 2. We got the Royal Guard's Claymore Plus. And time for step 3, right after we save. So, step 3, we're going to go to Death Mountain. Because in Death Mountain you can find rock octorocks. There are 2 particular places I'm going to recommend. One, you can go to this sort of ring of carts around Death Mountain, which is where I'm teleporting right now. Where I eventually end up going is west of Goron City. There are a lot of rock octorocks there. And what's so good about rock octorocks is that they'll suck up weapons and blow them back at you. So you can see that he's going to suck the air right now and then shoot this explosive rock at me. Now, once per rock octorock per blood moon, they can basically refresh a weapon for you. So you drop the weapon in front of their face. Make sure you don't accidentally kill it through some unfortunate mechanism. Like, don't accidentally shoot an arrow at him. That's going to be really unfortunate. And then, I get a hit, and the weapon will change. Basically, it'll change the upgrade and also refresh the sharpness, which is really good for basically making your strong weapons last forever. You can't do this in weapons that can't get modifiers, so you can't use this on champion weapons and what used to be the DLC weapons, so things like the Fierce Deity Sword. And basically in general, the modifiers are going to increase as well. So if it has no modifier, it'll get a tier 1 modifier, so basically critical hit or a low bonus to attack or durability. If it has any modifier at all, it'll get a tier 2 modifier, which is more attack or more durability or long throw. And yes, basically attack and durability can get up to plus 10. So for maximum damage, we're going to wait until we get plus 10 attack, which might be a bit, but it's going to be so good once we do. See, I finally got my attack up plus 10, Royal Guard's Claymore plus. Let's definitely save before anything else happens, because I don't want to do that again. And now, what we want to do is decide what fuse material we want to use. And for that, we have two options. The conventional, general best is going to be your Silver Lionel Horn, which is just the weapon, the fuse that has the highest damage. So you get that from Silver Lionels, which you can get underneath East Akala Stable, plus 55 damage. But actually, if you're willing to put in the effort, the actual best damage upgrade fuse material is going to be this. Okay, so I'm going to say that it's going to be the Stalnox Horn. I was wrong, I was mistaken. A friend corrected me that it's actually the Molduga Jaw, which you can get from Moldugas in the Gerudo Desert. That's from the Molduga Jaw. I haven't actually been to the Gerudo Desert when I was recording the video, and I just misread a spreadsheet. So Molduga Jaw, which has plus 32 fuse attack power, which means you're getting about 5% more damage, which is quite nice. So Molduga Jaw is the best one. I'm going to say Stalnox, but a lot of the principles are going to be the same. Cool. Now this only does plus 29 fuse attack power, but what you can do is you can combine it with the Bone Armor. So, sorry, the Bone Armor, the Radiant Mask, whatever it's called. This has the set bonus called Bone Weapon Proficiency. And what this does is it significantly increases the damage of bone weapons. And if the Stalnox Horn automatically makes your weapon a bone weapon, so you get the full bonus, and this bonus stacks with attack up. So if you get this with this armor and then eat attack up bonuses, you can do absolutely massive damage. But first we need to do one quick last step, and that's to activate the Royal Guard Claymore's bonus. So what the Royal Guard Claymore does is, as it says on screen right now, it yields massive damage just before it breaks. Its skill is called the Breaking Point, and basically we just need to get it to be almost broken. And the reason we can do this is, if you use mount attacks on a Lionel, you don't use up any durability, so we can just almost break this weapon, and then use it against a Lionel for the mount attacks to do massive damage without actually breaking the weapon. So I'm just going to do this a few times until the weapon is almost breaking. We'll get a notification for that. So in terms of actual damage, at least in Breath of the Wild, the bone set bonus did 1.8 times damage, which is very nice. And this becomes the highest damaging weapon in the game. I'm not sure if it's changed, if the damage modifier decreased, but from brief testing, you can probably see that on screen right now. You can see that the Gloom Sword with the Hinox upgrade, the Stalnox upgrade, does more damage than the Silver Lionel. Ooh, there we are. Your Stalnox Smasher is badly damaged, and you can see right now it does 156 damage times 1.8, which is from the bone damage, so this weapon does almost 300 damage times 1.5 if I eat for attack of. So I'm going to save again. And let's try this out. Let's go to that Lionel. So the Lionel that I was talking about earlier is underneath the color stable. So there's a color stable. Let's go underneath it. Okay, so I realized I already defeated the Lionel in East the Color Stable, so instead I'm at the Floating Colosseum, which has a different silver Lionel. And yeah, because OBS is lagging, and definitely not because I'm bad at the game, I'm going to use rockets to cheese him via headshots to get this dagger, rather than do it normally. So let's see how well that works out. Okay, so let's get in the air, headshot. Okay, let's check out how much damage this guy does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And oh my god, his HP is already half gone. That's insane. Okay, so let's try that again. And 1, 2, 3. Wow. And one more should be it. And look at that. He is dead. This weapon is just absolutely insane. So 3 headshots and the silver Lionel, the strongest enemy in the game, is defeated with this ultimate weapon that we created, which is insane. And yeah, that is how you get the best weapons in the game. First, you find and break the decayed version of the weapon in the overworld. Then you go to the depths and find the non-decayed version of the weapon. Then you set the modifiers with octorocks in Death Mountain, and then you add the relevant piece of material, which is either going to be a Stalnop's Horn if you want to use bone armor and bone weapon proficiency with attack up food, or a silver Lionel horn if you don't. And yeah, I've been Suntide, and thank you all so much for watching. If you're interested in videos like this, basically video games with way too much math and overanalysis in how things are, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye.